Let me ask you something nobody wants to talk about. When was the last time your feet actually felt warm? When was the last time you walked across a room without that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs, without gripping the wall, without holding your breath, hoping your knees wouldn't give out? If you're over 60, chances are you can't even remember. And here's the thing that keeps me up at night. You've been told this is normal. You've been told this is just aging. But what if I told you that right now, at this very moment, something is quietly happening inside your blood vessels, something your doctor has probably never explained to you, and it is directly responsible for your cold feet, your leg cramps, your balance problems, and your terrifying risk of falling? What if I told you that this process can be reversed, not with a new medication, not with an expensive procedure, with something you can drink? Today, I'm going to rank 10 specific drinks, from absolute worst to absolute best, based on real clinical science. And by the time we get to number 1, you will understand exactly why your circulation has been getting worse, and exactly what to do about it starting tomorrow morning. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you changes everything. Rewritten script, 10 drinks that reverse poor circulation after 60 hook, midnight to 0:45. Let me ask you something nobody wants to talk about. When was the last time your feet actually felt warm? When was the last time you walked across a room without that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs, without gripping the wall, without holding your breath, hoping your knees wouldn't give out? If you're over 60, chances are you can't even remember. And here's the thing that keeps me up at night. You've been told this is normal. You've been told this is just aging. But what if I told you that right now, at this very moment, something is quietly happening inside your blood vessel, something your doctor has probably never explained to you, and it is directly responsible for your cold feet, your leg cramps, your balance problems, and your terrifying risk of falling? What if I told you that this process can be reversed, not with a new medication, not with an expensive procedure, with something you can drink? Today, I'm going to rank 10 specific drinks, from absolute worst to absolute best, based on real clinical science. And by the time we get to number 1, you will understand exactly why your circulation has been getting worse, and exactly what to do about it starting tomorrow morning. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you changes everything. The science section, 0:45 to 4 o'clock. Before we get to the drinks, you need to understand what is actually happening inside your body, because once you see this, you'll never look at your legs the same way again. After the age of 60, your blood vessels begin producing something called nitric oxide, and they begin producing dramatically less of it. We're talking about a 70% reduction. Now, nitric oxide isn't something most people have heard of, but inside your body it is everything. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your arteries to relax, to open up, to let blood flow freely all the way down to your feet and toes. When nitric oxide production drops, which it does steadily after 60, your blood vessels begin to tighten. They stiffen, they narrow, and your blood, which is supposed to travel like water through a wide open pipe, starts struggling to get through. The result? Cold feet, tingling sensations, leg cramps at night, that heavy, aching feeling, swollen ankles, poor balance, and something far more dangerous that most people never think about, microclots. Tiny clots forming in narrow, oxygen-starved vessels. You can't see them, you can't feel them, but they are there, and they multiply. This is not a minor problem. This is the foundation of fall risk, nerve damage, and vascular disease. But here is what the medical establishment rarely tells you in a 7-minute appointment. This process is not inevitable. It is reversible. Certain drinks, specific ones, prepared in specific ways, force your body to restart nitric oxide production. The science behind this isn't fringe or alternative. It's backed by thousands of peer-reviewed clinical studies and used by vascular researchers around the world. When nitric oxide floods back into your system, your arteries relax, blood flow increases, sometimes by 40 to 60% within hours. Your legs warm up, the heaviness lifts, the cramping fades, and over weeks, new capillaries form, nerves begin to recover, your fall risk drops dramatically. But, and this is critical, not all drinks are created equal. Some are overhyped garbage, some work slowly, some have dangerous drawbacks nobody warns you about, and a few are absolute game changers. Let's go through all 10, starting from the bottom. Let's start with the obvious one, water. Yes, you absolutely need water. Dehydration thickens your blood, which slows circulation. That part is real. But here is the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say. Plain water alone does almost nothing meaningful for circulation after 60. Research published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that hydration improved blood flow in older adults by around 8%. 8%. When you're dealing with a 70% drop in nitric oxide production, 8% doesn't even register. Water contains no nitrate compound. It triggers no vasodilation. It simply maintains your baseline. It stops things from getting worse, but it doesn't make them better. Think of it this way. Water keeps the engine from overheating, but it doesn't make the car go faster. You still need it. 8 glasses a day minimum. But do not make the mistake of thinking water is your circulation solution. Green tea gets enormous attention in the health world, and some of it is deserved. It contains compounds called catechins, which do support vascular function. Studies show green tea increases something called flow-mediated dilation, a measure of how well your arteries expand, by roughly 12%. That's better than water. But here's the problem. Green tea works slowly. The benefits build up over 8 to 12 weeks of consistent daily drinking. Miss a few days, and those gains fade faster than you'd expect. There's also a catch that almost nobody mentioned. The caffeine in green tea can actually cause blood vessels to constrict in certain people. The opposite of what you want, and most people prepare it completely wrong. Boiling water destroys up to half of the beneficial catechins before they ever reach your bloodstream. You need water at no more than 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Green tea is worth drinking for many reasons: antioxidant protection, brain health, metabolic support. But for leg circulation specifically, after 60, it moves the needle too slowly and too slightly to earn high ranking. Now we start seeing real action. Tart cherry juice contains pigment compounds called anthocyanins, which reduce stiffness in artery walls and allow blood vessels to relax more easily. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that tart cherry juice improved blood flow by approximately 18% after 12 weeks of consistent use. That's a real measurable improvement. But here's the problem hiding in the bottle. 1 cup of tart cherry juice contains about 30 grams of sugar. That sugar spike triggers an insulin response, which can actually impair circulation in the short term. You're taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And if you're one of the many people over 60 managing diabetes or prediabetes, and statistically a large number of you are, this is a significant concern. It's also not cheap. Quality tart cherry juice runs around $8 per bottle. At daily use, that's $50 or more per month. If you want to try it, dilute it heavily, 1 part juice to 3 parts water, and drink it in the morning, not at night. Pomegranate juice is more powerful than tart cherry, and its mechanism is genuinely fascinating. It contains unique antioxidant compounds that don't just help your body produce nitric oxide, they protect the nitric oxide you already have. They block the free radicals that would otherwise break nitric oxide down before it can do its job. Research shows pomegranate juice can improve blood flow in older adults by around 22% after 4 weeks. One long-term study observed a reduction in arterial plaque of up to 30% over a year. Those are impressive numbers. But again, the sugar. Pomegranate juice contains even more than tart cherry, around 32 grams per cup. And the cost is higher too. Quality pomegranate juice can run $12 to $15 per bottle. If you can afford it and you manage your blood sugar well, pomegranate juice is genuinely effective. Buy only pure juice with no added sugars. Dilute it significantly. But there are better options coming. Options that cost a fraction of the price and deliver stronger results. This one surprises people. Dark cocoa, real, pure cocoa powder, not packaged hot chocolate mix, is a legitimate and powerful circulation tool. It contains compounds called flavonols, which directly stimulate nitric oxide production in the walls of your blood vessels. A comprehensive review of 42 separate studies found that cocoa consumption improved blood flow by an average of 24%. And here's what makes cocoa stand out from the juices we discussed. It works fast. People often feel the effect within 2 hours. Warmth returning to the legs. Reduced tingling. Real noticeable changes. But you have to do this correctly. You need pure unsweetened cocoa powder, 20 to 30 grams, mixed into hot water or unsweetened milk. No sugar packets. No flavored mixes. No added syrups. If the bitterness is a problem, add a small amount of stevia or monk fruit sweetener. Neither raises blood sugar, and neither interferes with the flavonol benefits. This is genuinely good, fast-acting, affordable, and backed by serious science. The only reason it's not higher is that the drinks above it are simply more powerful. Score, 6 out of 10. Highly effective when prepared correctly. Welcome to the top tier. Watermelon juice works through a completely different mechanism than everything we've discussed so far. It's extraordinarily rich in an amino acid called L-citrulline. Your body takes L-citrulline and converts it directly into nitric oxide, efficiently, quickly, and in meaningful quantities. A 16-ounce glass of fresh watermelon juice delivers approximately 1,000 milligrams of L-citrulline. Studies show this improves arterial function by around 28% over 6 weeks, reduces blood pressure, and significantly decreases arterial stiffness. People who drink watermelon juice consistently report warmer feet within a few hours of their first glass. The heavy, achy sensation in the legs often begins to lift within the first week. And compared to the juices ranked below it, watermelon has a lower effective sugar load, partly offset by its high water content. The main challenge is availability and practicality. Fresh watermelon juice is seasonal in most climates, and buying whole watermelons year-round gets expensive and inconvenient. But when you can get it, this drink earns every bit of its top 5 ranking. This is the one almost nobody talks about, and it is seriously underrated. Hibiscus tea contains organic acids and anthocyanins that work directly on the inner lining of your blood vessel, the endothelium. When the endothelium is damaged or inflamed, circulation deteriorates. Hibiscus tea repairs that lining. A 6-week clinical study found that hibiscus tea reduced blood pressure by 11 points on average and improved overall blood flow by 31%. 31%. And people often begin noticing results within 10 days. The cramping eases. The numbness in the feet begins to fade. It's one of the fastest acting drinks on this entire list. Here's how to use it properly. Steep 2 hibiscus tea bags in hot water for a full 10 minutes. Drink 1 cup in the morning and 1 in the evening. The flavor is tart and slightly cranberry-like. Very pleasant, honestly. A small amount of stevia works fine if you need sweetness. Cost? About $3 for a box that lasts an entire month. The one caution: hibiscus can lower blood pressure meaningfully. If you're already on blood pressure medication, speak with your doctor before making this a daily habit. Score, 8 out of 10. Powerful, affordable, and fast-acting. Pound for pound, arugula contains more dietary nitrates than almost any other plant on Earth. 2 cups of fresh arugula provide approximately 480 milligrams of nitrates, a genuinely massive dose. When you blend it into a smoothie, you make it easy to consume daily without fighting the peppery flavor. Studies on nitrate-rich leafy greens show blood flow improvements of up to 42% after 2 weeks of daily consumption. 42%. That number is almost unbelievable until you experience it yourself. Here's the recipe that works. 2 cups of arugula, 1 cup of blueberries, half a banana, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. Blend it completely and drink it immediately. Nitrates begin to degrade within minutes of blending, so don't make it in advance. Within a week of daily use, people consistently report less cramping, warmer feet, and noticeably better walking endurance. Within a month, visible improvements in leg color and reduction in swelling are common. The only reason this isn't number 1 is commitment. This requires fresh arugula, daily preparation, and a blender. Not everyone can or will sustain that routine. But if you can, this drink rivals prescription vascular medications in its effect and costs almost nothing. Score, 9 out of 10. Extraordinary results. Requires daily commitment. And here it is, the drink that has more clinical research behind it for leg circulation than anything else on this list, or off it. Beetroot juice. Beets are the single richest drinkable source of dietary nitrates available to most people. 1 8-ounce glass delivers 300 to 400 milligrams of nitrates, depending on the variety. Your body converts these into nitric oxide with exceptional efficiency. The result? Blood flow to the legs increases by 30 to 50% within 2 to 3 hours of drinking it. But what separates beet juice from everything else on this list is not just the speed, it's the sustained improvement with regular use. A landmark study in the Journal of Applied Physiology followed older adults who drank beet juice daily for 15 days. The results at the end of that period showed 45% improvement in leg blood flow, 38% reduction in arterial stiffness, 22% improvement in walking endurance, and significant reduction in the painful leg cramping that affects so many people after 60. These aren't minor numbers. These are life-changing numbers. People report warmer legs within hours of their first glass. Cramping that has disrupted sleep for years begins to ease within days. Within 2 weeks, walking ability improves in ways that feel almost shocking. Here's exactly how to use it. Drink 8 ounces of pure beetroot juice every single morning on an empty stomach. This is not optional. Absorption is significantly better when your stomach is empty. Wait at least 30 minutes before eating anything. Buy pure pressed beet juice with nothing added. Check the label. If it contains added sugars, flavorings, or preservatives, put it back. Most grocery stores carry pure versions for $6 to $8 per bottle. You can also juice your own. 4 medium beets produce roughly 8 ounces. 2 things to know going in. 1. Your urine may turn pink or red. This is called bacteria. It is completely harmless and happens in roughly 10 to 15% of people. Do not be alarmed. 2. Beets contain oxalates, which can be a factor for people with a history of kidney stones. If that applies to you, consult your doctor before making this a daily habit. For everyone else, this is your answer. Score, 10 out of 10. Maximum effectiveness, proven results, affordable, daily use sustainable, extraordinary results, requires daily commitment. Let me give you the exact protocol that works. Every morning, 8 ounces of pure beetroot juice on an empty stomach. This is your foundation. Non-negotiable. In the afternoon, add either hibiscus tea or celery juice. Not both. Pick one and stay consistent. 3 to 4 times per week. Swap in the arugula smoothie for maximum nitrate diversity. What to expect? By day 3, most people feel noticeably warmer legs up by day 7. Cramping is typically reduced or gone up by day 14. Walking endurance and balance improve measurably to by day 30. Vascular function has often improved enough that doctors notice at routine checkup. For critical mistakes to avoid, first, do not eat within 30 minutes of drinking these. Food in your stomach reduces nitrate absorption significantly. Second, do not use mouthwash immediately after drinking. The bacteria in your mouth that convert nitrates to nitrites are essential to the whole process. Mouthwash kills them. Use it at night, not after your morning drink. Third, do not stop your prescribed medications without medical supervision. These drinks support your vascular health. They don't replace your medical care. Fourth, do not buy processed sugar-loaded versions. Pure is everything. Read every label. Here's the truth underneath all of this. For decades, you've been told that circulation decline after 60 is simply part of aging. Something you manage, not something you fix. That belief has kept millions of people shuffling instead of walking, gripping handrails, afraid to move freely in their own homes. It doesn't have to be that way. Your vascular system wants to work. Your body knows how to produce nitric oxide. It just needs the right compounds, the compounds that generations of people got naturally from their diets before processed food stripped those nutrients out of modern eating. You're not broken. Your diet has been incomplete. Fix that, and your circulation follows. My challenge to you is simple: 30 days of beetroot juice every morning, empty stomach. That's it. Start tomorrow. Take a note of how your legs feel today. Check in with yourself at day 7, day 14, day 30. The warmth will return. The cramping will ease. The confidence in your step, the kind you haven't felt in years, will come back. Your independence is worth 30 days. Start tomorrow morning. Your legs are waiting.